Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. This is episode 18. Last time there was an attempt to stop Meteor by launching a huge materia-infused rocket right at it, and unfortunately it did not succeed. We have all of the pieces of the huge materia now stored in Cosmo Canyon, and Bugenhagen's coming with us because we have to go and figure out what's going on in terms of Aerith. What was she doing at the City of the Ancients? What was that all about? Going off on her own, wanting to stop Sephiroth. So we've got some answers that we need to obtain, and we're going to go and search for them. Now, but before we do that, something that we are going to be doing is a little bit of submarine action. Now, last time we were in the submarine, we did pick up this key to the Ancients, which was very useful to the fact that we're going to the City of the Ancients. And there's a couple of other things that we've got to get here. So, submarine-related activities, we are going to traverse the deep dark and head on through on the continent on the left here. And there's going to be a little opening. We're going to want to go up and take Vincent to this location for reasons. So we've got our crashed Galnica, and then if I surface, we're close to the gold saucer, but we need to go deeper. We need to go further. So in this area, that's not where we want to be. So I want to come back out here and curve around and see if we can find it. I'm not entirely sure on the exact pathway here, but we'll dig around underwater and we should be able to find it. And another thing that was tied to the submarine portion of the game was we picked up some Leviathan scales before hopping on the submarine, and that is another thing that we are going to be utilizing. I think we're curving around here. This feels kind of right. This feels right to me. So we're now underneath. We haven't spotted Emerald Weapon, so that's lucky for us. We're not encountering that beast just yet. Yes, here we go. Now, in this spot, we see that we can surface a little circular area. Ooh, and look at this. And we can shore up over here. And we'll put Vincent in our party. And we're going to approach this waterfall. Because, oh my god, secret behind the waterfall. One of my favorite video game tropes ever. Vincent. That voice. It can't be. Lucrezia? Vincent? Lucrezia, stay back! If she is happy, then I don't mind. I'm against it. Why experiment on humans? She and I are both scientists. After that, a child was born to Lucrezia. That child's name was Sephiroth. This body is a punishment that's been given to me. I was unable to stop Professor Gast and Hojo and Lucrezia. I was unable to stop them. All that I was able to do was watch. That is my punishment. Lucrezia, you're alive. I wanted to disappear. I couldn't be with anyone. I wanted to die. The Genova inside me wouldn't let me die. Lately, I dream a lot of Sephiroth, my dear, dear child. Ever since he was born, I never got to hold him. Not even once. You can't call me his mother. That is my sin. Back! Stay back! Vincent, won't you please tell me? What? Is Sephiroth still alive? I heard that he died 5 years ago, but I see him in my dreams so often. And I know that physically, like myself, he can't die so easily. Please, Vincent, tell me. Lucrezia, Sephiroth is dead. Big lore moment. Hidden away behind a waterfall in a hard-to-reach location that is not part of the main story or narrative or whatsoever, and it's just like, it's so peculiar. It really is just something that surprises me about this game and this story, is they'll be like, yeah, so like we go with this whole Genova plotline, and you know, Genova being Sephiroth's mother, and he talks about Gast and how he talks about Hojo, and we're not really sure what's going on. There's a specific location in the game where you just have the answer handed to you in flashback form as well, and honestly, it's really amazing to see, because you get this character of Vincent who has his, you know, revenge against Shinra, and his hatred for Hojo, and he's atoning for his sins, and we get to actually see what that is clearly it goes through the flash forwards of like him having like this romantic attraction to Lucrezia. They had a little thing, didn't work out, ends up getting involved in the scientific experiments of Gast and Hojo, nasty little experimental Hojo, who then experiments on Vincent too, as you see, and then that's why Vincent can transform into this beast for his limit break. But it really is amazing to see. And then we've obviously got the Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus video game, the critically acclaimed 2005 shooter Dirge of Cerberus, which goes into that even more. And there are elements of that are really awesome and elements of that are not. But I wonder if they'll ever give it the Crisis Core reunion treatment and we'll get a remaster of that. But of course, we will have to wait and see. Regardless, though, just that scene of having Vincent and Lucrezia, because you have to specifically take Vincent here as well, that's another barrier to this little secret encounter, is bringing Vincent here, assuming that this could even be a location you could reach with the submarine and then go into the secret waterfall. It's very interesting. But very, very happy that something like this exists within the game. You actually get the truth of Sephiroth's true mother, and Dirge of Cerberus kind of, it does the similar thing with like the hair that's similar to Sephiroth's, because at one point Aerith and Sephiroth were also siblings, which one of the remaining design elements of that was their same hairstyle with like their fringe. And you've obviously got Ilfalna, Aerith's mother, which could have potentially, you can see how that storyline would have still worked with Ilfalna being Sephiroth's mother being a captive of the Shinra building and held hostage, and Hojo could have had some part to play in that too. Similar to how Hojo and Lucrezia create Sephiroth, you could have Hojo and Ilfana create Sephiroth instead and have them be like step siblings, you know? So very interesting to think about discarded design concepts that are still so close to having happened. But I do genuinely love it. It really is amazing. So we're going to fight a couple of battles because we're not quite done yet with this encounter behind the waterfall with Vincent. So I don't know if I can get into battles on this specific patch of land. I assume that I would be able to. But obviously we can see that there's nothing here. You can obviously see that Lucrezia is not even here either, physically. And this place in general, just such a bizarre room behind this waterfall. But we're going to fight a couple of battles, and then we're going to return here. Okay, we have done some battles. It's time for us to enter this once more. What's this? Lucrezia. Received death penalty and received chaos. So Lucrezia is gone, but in that place is the death penalty, which is Vincent's ultimate weapon for 99 strength and no materia growth. Definitely a good weapon indeed. And then we've also received Chaos, which is Vincent's level 4 limit break, which we are not anywhere near unlocking at this point in time. But there you go. So by completing a few more battles and returning to this location, you'll get gifted those 2 items. I'm really excited to see this in the remake in part 3, because it'll give us our first look at young Vincent and Lucrezia in such a highly detailed way. I think that the flashback sequence has a lot more potential. Instead of just a couple of brief flashes without dialogue, we'll actually get a lot more out of that, and I'm very excited for that, because what we've been shown in the previous parts of the remake so far is the way that they handle flashbacks and origins is a lot more fleshed out and a lot more emotional than in this game. We get a lot more with all of our characters, which is very, very exciting. So I think anytime that there is characters talking about, you know, their origin stories, their backstories, I always get really excited to imagine how it's going to be in the remake. Learning about Sid's backstory as well is also going to be something truly special. Remake and Rebirth have given us some really good stuff. Part 3 of the remake, I don't think, will disappoint in that area either. But that was the submarine adventure in relation to Vincent and Lucrezia. Oh, you know, just another barrier of preventing that story from being witnessed or experienced by gamers is Vincent in general is obviously a missable character. He's a secret character that you can only obtain if you go into the Shinra mansion and do the safe, and then go down to the basement and then say the right things and then get him to join you. And then off he goes. He's like, I'll come with you. I don't think you have to say the right things. That's more Yuffie's thing, but you still have to say a couple of things, and then you bring him along, and then there's just so many barriers to you witnessing a scene like that, which is kind of crazy. And then obviously Yuffie has her own storyline that is completely missable in terms of Wutai, and we're heading back to Wutai to go look at a particular cavern on the Dachau mountain. So you may remember when we went into this cavern before, when we were looking for our kidnapped pals, because Don Corneo is a scumbag, there was a brief moment where we went inside a cavern full of flame. But what's cool about this is we picked up the Leviathan scales, and if you're in the Turtle Inn down in Wutai, they talk about the legendary Leviathan, So that's sort of like your tiny little hint that these items are relevant. Scales with the power of water. That's all it says, right? So we'll go in here. Oh, it's hot. The scale of the sea god shines, and it resonates. And look, we can now go through here. How crazy. And then the scale of the sea god shines. So it's a key item that you can pick up that is also missable. And there you go. We have the steel as well materia. Now we've already got Yuffie's weapon here, I think. No, hang on. The Yuffie's weapon is behind this flame. I got it confused with the fact that we'd already opened a chest here. This should be a weapon for Yuffie, which is the Oritsuru. So there you go. Steel as well materia is, it's one of those ones where every materia in this game is accessible unless you miss certain items, and then there's ones like this that are just gone. So this is great because it steals simultaneously when the paired materia is used. So using any magic, I don't know if double cut is the same, but you'd probably want to use it with something that isn't doing a lot of damage because you kind of want to get the item. But it is interesting having certain names. This is such a strange name for materia. Steel as well. It's very weird. But it's cool. We're not going to equip it at this point in time. We'll just leave that be. And then in terms of Yuffie's weapon here, it is a 90 damage, big old materia slots weapon, and a lot of attack percentage too. So it's close to the ultimate weapon territory in terms of damage output, but you also get full materia slots that do have growth to them as well. Very nice. In terms of our party makeup, I will probably switch to Vincent and Yuffie, just to start working through some other characters' limit breaks, because we've been falling into other characters at the moment, because it felt appropriate to have Cloud, Tifa, and Barret back together. But now it's time to form a different group. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can leave. We will run away from Wutai and use Vincent and Yuffie in our party for a little bit, which will be very fun. I just need to get their limit breaks up. I've thought about just taking characters out into the field and grinding to get their limit breaks up, but we'll see how we go. I would like to get Vincent's chaos happening. I think what we'll do is, before we go into the final segment of the game, I'll make sure that everyone has their level 4 limit breaks ready. I personally struggle with Cloud's level 4 limit break in terms of a story perspective, because it automatically unlocks for the character at a specific story moment. And at that point, it's like it feels so right to use it for the very first time at that point. But you can also obtain it optionally much earlier, so it's conflicting. It is conflicting. But before the end of the game, there'll be a time period where I make sure everyone's level 4 limit breaks are ready to go, so we can showcase all of them during the final section, as well as doing chocobo breeding, because we've got to raise a healthy and hearty golden chocobo. Or we can defeat Ruby Weapon, but we could potentially do both to achieve our dreams. Now, we're going to head back to the City of the Ancients, which means we need to go through the Bone Village. So we'll park our asses here, and we'll head on in and go through. We still possess the sleeping harp. Okay, here we go. City of the Ancients once more. Amazing music coming in. But where do we want to go with Bugenhagen? Because we're not able to go back down to where we were before. Do we go this way? You're kind of not given much direction as soon as you arrive. Because it's like, where do we go? So you would assume that you would want to go down here to where it all happened. Such a gorgeous background. But if we go in here, it's sealed. We can't go down. The fish is blocking the way. So that is not the answer. Perhaps in a location in the City of the Ancients that gets the least amount of attention the first time that we come here, and is kind of a useless area because there's nothing to be discovered story-wise. Maybe that's because it was waiting until our second visit. This is... Yes, exactly. Are you getting something? Give me a moment. I believe we have entered from the wrong side. There we go. Over here. The knowledge of the ancients swirling around here is telling me one thing. This planet's in a crisis. A crisis beyond human power of endless time. It says, when the time comes, we must search for holy. 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 The ultimate white magic. Magic that might stand against Meteor. Perhaps our last hope to save the planet from Meteor. If a soul seeking holy reaches the planet, it will appear. Ho ho ho. Meteor, weapon, everything will disappear. Perhaps even ourselves. Even us. It is up to the planet to decide. What is best for the planet? What is bad for the planet? All that is bad will disappear. That is all. Ho ho ho. I wonder which we humans are. Search for holy. How do we do it? Speak to the planet. Get the white materia. This will bond the planet to humans. Then speak to the planet. If our wish reaches the planet, the white materia will begin to glow a pale green. Do we have the light bulb moment yet, Cloud? This is the end. Aerith had the white materia. But when Aerith died, it fell from the altar. That's why this is the end. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Look at this! Huh? Ancients writing. Can you read it? It's all Greek to me. This is no time for jokes. I'm not an ancient. I can't read this thing. I may be old, but my eyes aren't completely bad yet. Look closely below the writing. There's a note written in chalk. Key in the music box. It was probably written here by a scientist who had been here. He must have used all his energy just to interpret these words. Key to what? I don't know, but it probably has something to do with our riddle. The riddle? Then it must have something to do with Aerith. What does it mean? That music box over there. We'll put the key in it. I'll go use the key. You all wait here. And now you can see that we have saved ourselves some time, because this can be an element of the game where you can get really hung up and confused, because they're like, okay, you need a key, there's something about a music box, and if you haven't picked up the key at this point, you have to start like really searching and asking around of like, where can we go to get a key? And as we saw in the submarine, you got to go and dig around and find yourself a random cave, and there it is. So this is saving us some time that we just found this giant ass key to go in this giant ass music box, and we can see what happens as a result. Watch closely what happens. Ho ho ho! Ancient music box. So cool seeing the ancient magic at work. Now, go inside. Hope may be inside, or what? This was just a screen to project an image. Look at the image projected on the screen of the water. We get our close-up look that we can see that the white materia is glowing a pale green. The prayer to the planet was heard. The white materia that does nothing, it turns out, it does something. It's glowing. Oh, it's pale green! Aerith has already prayed for Holy. After I gave up the black materia to Sephiroth, Aerith's words came into my dreams. She said she was the only one who could stop Sephiroth, and to do that, there was a secret here. That was Holy. That's why. That's why she had the white materia Aerith knew about here, and what she had to do. Aerith has left us great hope, but it cost her life, her future. I'm sorry, Aerith. I should have figured this out sooner. You left without saying a word. It was all so sudden. I couldn't think. That's why it took so long for me to find out. But Aerith, I understand now. Aerith, I'll do the rest. You mean we. We've got to take a chance on the hope that she left us. Thank you, Aerith. Aerith's voice has already reached the planet. Just look at the glow of the white materia. But how about Holy? How come Holy isn't moving? Why? Something's getting in its way. Him. He's the only one that could do it. Sephiroth, where are you? I love that scene so much. What the? Sorry, I was a little surprised. What happened? You remember when the Junon cannon disappeared? Actually, Rufus moved it. Moved it? That big thing? Where? Why? Rufus wants to destroy Sephiroth with it? That cannon operates on huge materia, but the huge materia has already been used in the rocket plan. So since the cannon's useless right now, he's decided to move it to a place where materia, no, where Mako is gathered. And where is that? Here we go, baby. They've moved it and mounted the cannon right next to the Shinra building on top of Midgar. Think about how many resources they've pulled into having this built and installed in such a short amount of time. Like, that's crazy. I cannot wait to see this cutscene in Remake's graphical style, because it might end up being some of my favorite cutscenes of the entire story. Just these perfect shots of Midgar fully realized, you know? Reeve, it's your job to adjust the reactor's output. I see. Don't worry about adjusting it, Reeve. Once you open it up all the way, everything will go full speed. The president sure done it this time. The whole idea that Meteor will disappear if we defeat Sephiroth is all wrong. If you remember, Mr. President, it was my idea to fire Mako-powered shells. Will the shells really reach the northern border? Of course, but Mr. President, let's not call it a Mako cannon. This new weapon is called the Sister Ray. There you go, Shinra doing evil. Except this time it's not necessarily evil. It's stopping Sephiroth. A plan that we can actually get behind. How interesting is that? But what does that mean for us? What are we to do? Do we go back to Midgar? This location that we've been locked out of returning to, except for the Sector 5 slums? But how do we get back? Time to return to the Highwind and confer with the group. Huh? What the? God damn, it's one of the weapons. That yell. The primal scream of the weapon. But is this the same one that we saw underwater, or is it a different one? It looks like it's a different color. What's wrong? It's a strange signal. From where? It's coming from this person? Wow. Hey! That was a surprise. The controls went crazy. This ain't good. Weapon came out of the sea and is heading straight for Midgar. New weapon should stop him, right? I don't know if it's ready or not. Hey, what's gonna happen to Marlene? Don't you worry none. Marlene's in a safe place. She's with Aerith's mama. Barrett! What was that scratching just now? As long as Marlene is safe, who cares what else happens, right? I've been itching to say this to you for a while now. When you blew up the Sector 1 reactor, how many do you think died? It was for the life of the planet. You gotta expect a few casualties. A few? What do you mean a few? What may be a few to you is everything to those who died. protect the planet. Huh, that sure sounds good. And no one will go against you, so you think you can do whatever you want, right? I don't want to hear that from no one in Shinra. Can't do anything about that. Stop it. Kate Sith Barrett, he knows what he did. What we did in Midgar can't be forgotten, no matter the reason. Right? We haven't forgotten, right? I know you. You can't quit the company because you're worried about the people in Midgar, right? Cloud? Okay, let's go. We'll beat Weapon ourselves. That's right. We'll go and smack it. Hey, Cloud, you think we can win against that monster? We got a chance of winning, right? How would I know? But that's no reason for us to just let him go. We're going to Midgar to fight Weapon. Come on, let's move. Let's fucking go. Okay, and here he is, right nearby. Hey, what are you trying to do? Break the Highwind? Let's fight on the ground. So don't smack into him. Now, we have time to prepare, of course. So he's coming up on the beach. We can determine who we want to actually take on Diamond Weapon. And I'm fine with it being this team. But I kind of want thematically Barrett and Kate Sith to take this one on. They're going to both fight together to take on the Diamond Weapon. Let me do my equipment though. Okay, that is done. And now we wait. And yes, it is a waiting game. Now, we do have to just stand here and watch it approach us from a distance. So, go have a snack. Do your stretches before you get involved in combat. Whether you love it or hate it, you just can't bring yourself to leave Midgar, can you? That damn Weapon, he's one big fucker. Even Midgar's in trouble now. It reminds me of a test rocket that landed in the Midgar slums long ago. I remember how relieved I was when I heard it never blew up. Again, missable dialogue that you can get on the Highwind while you're waiting for Diamond Weapon. We've seen that rocket before, and it is in the Sector 5 slums in the church. That is the big, giant thing that we used to navigate the environment when we were escaping the church with Aerith. So that went right through Midgar, that little gap in the plate. Crazy. Midgar. I hated the fact I was caught by Hojo and taken back to the lab where they did all kinds of experiments on me. Because of that, I was able to meet you all. People you want to meet, others you don't. Strange, isn't it? You still can't seem to get near Sephiroth. Cloud, you make sure and do your best. I know you can't forgive the Shinra. The people in Midgar haven't done any wrong. Kate, Sith, and Barrett are going to work together to defeat the Diamond Weapon. Are you waiting for Cloud? He's flying right now, so you can't get him. Were you going to force me into the submarine right now? Quit it. If you want to go, then just leave me behind. Oh, what are you talking about? Yuffie's having a bit of a moment there. Level 13. Okay, excuse me, could you wait? It's getting so confident. Right. And here I was, waiting for Diamond Weapon. So close now. Here it is, it's so close. I moved the Highwind out of the way because it was literally going to crush the Highwind. Here it is. Look at this imposing boy. Such a cool design. What of my favorite things about this design was Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive also used this design as like a giant demon that they unleashed on the enemy, and it was so cool to see that highly detailed looking version of Diamond Weapon. Let's do magic on it, because it is not responding to physical attacks right now. Won't respond to that either. Shall we see what Bahamut Zero is capable of? I think so. Alright, it's time for Bahamut Zero. Terra Flare. So good. It is incredible. I fucking love it. The sound effects of the PlayStation 1 era were so creative. I wish that like I could have sounds that still looks like that. I don't remember its pure physical resistance. So interesting. Bolt 3 really does the trick, though. How did that miss? All their barriers are gone. Strange. Alright, we'll throw the dice after Alexander lays down judgment. Doing countdown. I gotta bump up my damage output, because remember I have double HP on the enemy here. I gotta be quick. I forgot about the countdown. I fucked around too much. I could have definitely done more damage by now. with Phoenix. Works best when it's paired with the final attack materia. At 0, so there you go. You can see that we did it. We got it. Right before the countdown. Very close. I believe it casts Ultima. We should have given it an Ultima back, but you get a lot of experience and a lot of AP and a lot of gil for winning this fight. And we also stole from it too. There we go, off it goes. It goes, okay, see you later. We've delayed it, but it's decided to just, off I go. What's up, Mr. Monster? What are you looking at? No, it's feeling something. Yeah, it senses murder. Let's go back to the airship. Such a cool scene. Oh no, we've got to get out of here. Something big. I'm talking really big's coming. Mr. President, preparations for Sister Ray are now underway. Any time is fine. Fire. This is going to be the scene that I cannot wait to see in remake graphics the most. It's going to be way too iconic. Seeing this recreated in Advent Children was already incredible enough. The remake will give us even more. The fact that it drains all of the power currently available, and then that red line at the end and all the power goes out, all of Midgar focused into this one shot. Love that. Like the recoil and the shockwaves shattering the glass of the Midgar building. Diamond Weapon has defenses. Which direction is it going to attack? Midgar. Marlene! I love this exchange. Doosh, just blasts right through Diamond Weapon. Damn, it went right through Weapon. I see. They're after Sephiroth, the crater on the northern boundary. There it is. It destroyed the shield. Sir, weapon's been defeated. The barrier has disappeared. Sir, a mass of high-density energy is headed towards Midgar. Whoa, weapons attacking! Run for your lives! Rufus's last command to fire. Shinra building direct hit. What happened to Sephiroth? Northern Cave. Let's go see what happened to it. When Avalanche was starting out, we used to put up flyers everywhere. And now, we're up against Sephiroth. How about that? Feels like a long time ago. Now we're going to fight Sephiroth. I wonder what the inside of that cave looks like. You think that Sephiroth is just sitting there waiting for Meteor? Wonder what Sephiroth's up to? What about you, Reeve? What's going on in the Shinra building right now? Maybe this is the time. Will we save the world if we beat Sephiroth? I'm frightened, but I'll do my best. Let's hurry to the Northern Cave. Kill Sephiroth. Killing the son of my beloved woman. Am I on the verge of committing another sin? Or am I atoning as best I can for only standing by? There you go. Referencing it. What's the pilot like? Tell him if he says if he pilots the plane smoothly, I'll give him my autograph. Time to reform another party and to push on towards the Northern Cave, apparently. Level 14 learner pilot. Alright, we're ready to head on back to the Northern Crater now that the shield has been destroyed. So the Rising Sun that we stole from Diamond Weapon is a double growth unique weapon for Yuffie, but it is also quite weak. Here we go. Sephiroth's energy barrier is gone. Sid, can the airship get inside? Huh? He's my pilot, ain't he? Of course he can go anywhere. Right, sorry about that. Yo, Kate Sith, now what? Hold it! Scarlet, Heidegger, what's going on? Strange, I can't reach the president. Not the president, to Sister Ray. What is it, Reeve? You're speaking strangely. None of that matters. The reactor's output is increasing all by itself. Wait a minute, that's not wise. It must cool for 3 hours or it won't work. Reeve, shut off the machine. We can't do that, it's inoperable. Someone has switched the machine over to mainframe operation. We can't operate it from here. What about the mainframe? Who? Hey, call the mainframe. Huh? Why are you giving the orders? I don't care how you do it. Oh shit. Someone's at the mainframe and it's Hojo! Ha ha ha! Just you wait, Sephiroth. I'll give you all the Mako you want. Hojo, stop! The cannon! No, Midgar itself is in danger! One or two Midgars, it's a small price to pay. Hojo! Hojo! Show me, Sephiroth. It should be near. Go beyond the powers of science. Before your presence, science is powerless. I don't like it, but I'll comply. Just let me see it. Ha ha! Yo, do something, you big cat! This animation. We're sunk. Hojo's doing this on his own. Huh? I don't like this. You're busted, Reeve. Got him. Love that. Too late trying to hide it now. We got the secret identity of Kate Sith revealed. Can't you stop the marker reactor? We can't stop it? You're from Shinra, ain't you? So why is it impossible? We came a long way to get here. You better not double-cross us now. I can't make you trust me. You damn fool! Don't you understand anything I'm saying? I don't give a damn about Shinra. If you're a man, no. If you're a human being, you'll save the planet. Don't you even care? No way. If we shut down the reactor, all hell will break loose. Why? Can't you just shut off the valve? Yeah, it's easy to shut off the reactor's pipe valves. But the reactor made a path for the energy to escape from below. Once you open that, it'll be impossible to close it until everything blasts out. And we can't try to stop the energy from gushing out. An explosion! This blast will be way stronger than when the Sector 1 reactor blew up. Damn. Forget that. The cannon. We've got to get to Midgar. That's the first thing. Must stop Hojo. First. Here we go. Must stop Hojo. Looks like Cloud and the others are on their way. Stay out of the way. Ha ha ha! Don't be foolish. I don't remember anyone putting you in charge. The Peace Preservation Force will do their best to defeat the enemy. Because of them, aye. That's a private matter. The President is dead. Now I'm doing things my way. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Heidegger! Now I'm going to use the new weapon. Hey, wait! Cloud, everybody, sorry. But you'll come, won't you? I know. Hey, I'm leaving the ship in your hands. I'm heading for Midgar. This is it. Turned away from the crater because we're returning to Midgar. Now it is definitely best to chuck a little save in here. And we're going to be ascending to go and meet Hojo at the mainframe, which means something that I would really like in terms of party arrangements is I'm going to have some very fitting characters in these upcoming sequences. So something we're going to do is we're actually going to be taking Yuffie out of the party, and we're going to be putting Barrett into the party. Just for this first segment, and then we're going to be switching to Red 13 for reasons. Just makes a lot of sense to have Barrett and Red 13 accompanying Vincent for these upcoming sequences. Alright, here we go. I like that you can see the cannon. We've reached Midgar. Even if we get there, Midgar's under martial law. There'll be no way we could slip into the slums. Looks like all transportation from the slums is cut off. Hey, what do you think we have Highwind for? Where are we now? Huh? Where are we? If land's no go, we'll go by air. Okay then, we'll parachute into Midgar. Vincent's unique animations. This is so sick. This is one of my favorite segments. This is going to be so fun to see. We've seen a little bit of the parachuting into Midgar in the remake with Biggs, Jesse, and Wedge as well. But that was parachuting from the upper plate to the slums. Little tease. Choose from the members below. So here we go. We can change our party members. Now we're going to go with Cloud, Vincent, and Barrett. We're going to stick with Cloud, Vincent, and Barrett until a very particular point, because there's a missable item with Barrett, his ultimate weapon, and he needs to be in the party for it to even be in the world. You will not get it otherwise. After that moment, we'll be switching to Vincent and Red 13. Leave it at is. See the unique parachute on the character models, which is great. You can see it a little bit on Sid and Barrett the most. Here we go. But everyone goes in. Red 13 just yeah. Barrett just appears at the. He's like, oh. Oh no, it was a Barrett clone. Here we go. Here we go. We can see everyone's parachutes now. And you can do spins, by the way. Look. You do a front flip, you do a back flip, you can do your little barrel rolls. It's so fun. Nice. Heidegger is going after you all. That's why it's dangerous out there. Let's go underground. I love this background, so sick. So we are in 8th Street. I'm not entirely sure which sector we ended up in. I'm pretty sure we're in Sector 8. You get a very brief moment of being on the upper plate in Sector 8. Take in these backgrounds because they're very rare. This place smells gross. Let's get this over with. We sure got to know the Midgar Underground. You get to see the Loveless poster on the wall, which is amazing. Yeah, let's get it over with. I have an old score to settle with Hojo, so let's go. This is where we go in. Please, hurry to the Marco cannon. And just if you thought it couldn't get any better, this music comes back. Like, I love that, like, callback so much later into the game. Wow, wow. Da-na-na. Let's go. Back to Midgar after so long. You can see that we've got an item in a chest over there, so we're going to try and make sure that we get to the right spot. I got to remember how to navigate this area. We've got some cool new enemies too. Similar variants to ones that we've gone up against before. This is the Crazy Saw. Holding on to our limit breaks for a particular reason. So we're keeping them in the wings. Yeah, so I think we want to go down onto this one. And then, as you can see, it's very easy to get lost in this place. We're going to go this way. Go up this ladder. Hanging around underneath the plate. And another chest over to the right as well. Easiest way to navigate these environments is to just be cheeky and turn off the combat encounters. Showcase some of the enemies we go up against, but you know. You got the Aegis Omelet. Some Sometimes you just want to turn those combat encounters off when you're going to be navigating the same area for a long period of time. Because I think the way to go is just down that first initial path. There's a lot of me that's needing to remember, or unless... Yeah. I have to get down to the bottom section. Okay, there we go. So, if we're down on the bottom section, we can go up this ladder. These are all missable because you never get to come back here again. So that's why I'm trying to make sure that we do this right. There's a part of me that's already worried. But we might be okay. Because this is me trying to do this not really based on memory, because a lot of this segment of the game is not burned into my memory in the same way that the early game is. Alright, so there's the save point, which means this is the way to go. But I can't go on that ladder. Alright, hold on. So we can get this that we could run across to before, which is the Starlight Phone for Kate Sith. Go down here. Very cool because this segment is very similar to what we've experienced in Final Fantasy VII Remake when we're in like on the way to the Sector 5 reactor, which is very cool. I think that we've missed one chest because no, we've missed two. We've got Max Ray, which is for Barrett. So 97 long-range weapon, and it's not an ultimate weapon. It's not even the ultimate weapon. But it is definitely an upgrade. There's a chest there, and a chest there, and they're accessible from the same thing, which is the platform all the way at the beginning, which we can't access anymore, I don't think, because of the bridge. So I think the way that I thought was the way that we were supposed to go is the one pathway I should have gone first. I don't think we can get back there now. So I might have to reload and do this again. This is another part that's useful about Final Fantasy is traversal. You can be like, what if I just want to quickly get these things that I missed? So here's the two chests, Elixir and a Mega Elixir, which are very useful. And now we can make Cloud enter super speed mode. So we don't have to witness the slow ladder climbing forever and ever and get the other items. So this is the part of my Final Fantasy VII experience where it's like, a lot of this is familiar because I've gone through it, but this is the part of the game that I've gone through like the least. I'm a very big fan of Disc 1, and that is something that is very resonant with my childhood. And Disc 2 and 3 have been played in subsequent adult replays, but much, much less than when I was a kid. So I think since beating the game for the first time as a kid, I've probably beaten Final Fantasy VII another 3 to 4 times since. It's a comfort game, but yeah, I can acknowledge that my level of like knowledge of Final Fantasy VII isn't as crystal clear when I'm on Disc 2 leading into Disc 3. There's parts where it's like, I remember this, and I know this and this that we can do, but there's moments where it gets a little bit rusty. This is tricky, this ladder, because if you have the arrow that shows climbables and also exits. This ladder is not marked as a green climbable surface. They trick you. Same with these ladders too. It's a little bit of a oversight. Now we can head up here. We have gotten all of the items. We can equip Barrett with Max Ray. And I'll turn off my speed hack now, so we can go at a normal speed. Find another one of these creepy looking things. Look at this. This is a manhole. It's a man and he's coming out of the hole. Very peculiar. Back to crawling in vents once again. What a throwback. Oh look, what a throwback. Now I believe we have a choice here in terms of direction. Because there is a... As far as I am aware, if I'm remembering correctly, there is a missable boss fight. Here we go. If you push up north... Oh no, they're here! There you go. What are we going to do? I think we can ignore our orders now. Elena, and now Rude. Elena, don't act so weak. Oh, and Rude too. We're Turks, Elena. Yes, sir, you're right. Come on, we've got work to do. Not really up for it, but our orders were to seek you out and kill. Our company may be in turmoil, but an order's an order. That's the spirit of the Turks, believe it! What are you doing? Let's go. So you can say, let's end this, and no, let's not. Let's end this. I know we have a weird relationship, but we have to end this, like Turks. There we go. Our first triple 3v3 boss fight. Try this on for size. Now we want to steal the Minerva Band. There you go. Successful. We got Zydric, a third one from Rude again. Elena's trying to charm Cloud. Oh my god. Did it work? I don't know. They've all got 60k and Reno has 50. And then we got the tough ring, so there you go. We're all done in terms of steals. Now we can do limits. And Rude got a lot of those. Having Elena in a boss fight as well is really fun. Obviously, we've experienced different across Remake with Elena's introduction, which is very fun. Rude absorbing that attack. And Elena jumps between the front and back row, which is pretty cool. Picking on Cloud here. We're going to see Ultima for the first time. Let's cast Ultima on the group. go. The reveal of Ultima inbound. Very powerful. Glad for boss fights like this we have gone and opted for the double HP, because it just allows you to see more of what the enemies do. It works. Should have done Bad Breath at the beginning, I think, instead of waiting this long. Take a lot of damage being poisoned. Should we have Vincent use the Galleon Beast finally to get his revenge on the Turks? The ex-Turk Vincent, which is why I put him in the party for this boss fight. Go, Vincent. I would have loved unique dialogue in this moment if you had Vincent in your party against the Turks, like just conversation in the train system. Oh, dude, Cloud covered at the worst time. It's hard that he covers so much because he's taken such a beating. Got a new limit break too, so this is, I need to get Cloud back immediately, so I've only got control of Barret. The only issue is now needing to heal Cloud without him covering Barret and getting hit and dying, which is, this is going to be an issue. I think we'll get the X potion off, hopefully. Alright, nice. Cloud is back in the game. Bahamut Zero the group. And we're gonna have Barret do grenade bomb on all of them. Ooh, and there we go. The Galleon Beast has been slain. Well, I guess we can bring Vincent back to life then. Vincent can return. See, we'd have already been done with this boss fight by now if they just had their normal HP. And like I said, Final Fantasy VII, it's an easy game. So, may as well up the challenge. Time to get Bahamut Zeroed. Such a cool animation. Let's call it a day. They're all going. See ya. There you go. Bahamut Zero for the finish. Sorry, Vincent. It's pretty sick. He misses out. They did not get to kill after all. So that's the big motivation for having Vincent in the party. Even though there's no dialogue, it's just nice, you know? And then for Barret as well, with his vendetta against Shinra. I like that. And then it also works for the upcoming boss fights. Basically, all of the Midgar boss fights having Vincent and Barrett are really amazing. And then again, going to the Marco Cannon to go and confront Hojo makes so much sense for Vincent and Red 13 specifically. That's what I love about that. Now, I believe we can go down this way. And Yuffie's here, so I think... I'm trying to remember, I guess we do go this way. Does Yuffie stay? She does, so I'm gonna go this way. I think it's a optional boss fight in the term that you can just say, hey, I don't want to do this, you know? Because it says, let's end this. So you can miss that. Now, Minerva Band is a specific equip item that cannot actually be equipped on any of the male characters. So if you get Tifa, she can wield Minerva Band, which Women's Armlet nullifies Fire, Cold, Gravity, and Holy. So you get more magic defense, a little less physical defense. So Minerva Band does exist for the women of the group. And that's what we stole from Elena. So we've got choice in direction here. So you can go south or north, and we can keep going this way. I'm trying, this is, like I said, I'll be figuring out my memory here of what we can actually do. There's this part of me that's like, I feel like we are supposed to go south this way. So talking to Yuffie up above is potentially an optional thing. The more that I go this direction, the more that I'm certain of that actually. So let me just speed run. Because again, it's more of the same visual environment. Let's go and talk to Yuffie. Come on, come on, come on, come on! And Tifa's here. I'm alright, go to the cannon. Okay. But I can also go this way, and now Yuffie's gone. Interesting. Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, hang on. This is the way to go. I remember this, this background. Okay, hold on. There we go. It's coming back to me now. Which way? Goddamn piece of shit cannon. So you get to talk to all of your people. This is blocked. We can go through here. Yes. Oh man, this is all coming back to me now. This is all coming back to me now. This is the part of the game where you can actually return to the Shinra building. Now, this is also optional. This is missable. So we can run in here with the sword on our back and go through here. Because there's an item that we'll need from here specifically, but we can return to the Shinra building. No, the sister way is not this way. And Kate Sith runs out of the building. But we're going to go and inspect it anyway. So while we're looking for how to get to the sister ray, you can have a bunch of optional things, like talking with your characters in locations. We can run all the way south. We can also revisit the Shinra building for the first time since we escaped Midgar. So if you do want to come back, you can get the Turtle Paradise newsletter if you missed it here. And we specifically want to go to a locker room because if you recall, when we were here last time, we came across a little locker where it was like, oh, what's this, a megaphone? I don't have any need for this, and you leave it alone. And that megaphone is obviously one of Kate Sith's weapons. It's just one of the only instances where you can come across a weapon that you don't pick up until later. You can come back in here for Master Fist and Pile Bunker, which are some interesting names. So we got Power Up when condition changes for Tifa, and we got a weapon for Barrett. Barrett gets 3 weapons here, so 90 with no materia growth. So if you missed Max Ray, this will be your strongest weapon. Still not the ultimate weapon for Barret, either. Welcome to the fully automated store. Place your order now. So whoever was here before got let go, not here anymore. We'll leave, and we can take the elevator. Spoiled for choice on floors, except we don't have a card key to be able to go up this high. Maybe we can just go there the long way. I think it's floor 64. I think floor 64 is the recreational one. Yeah. See, my memory is here, but I'm also being honest about the parts where I'm doubting myself in terms of how we progress. So there we go. We got HP Shout for Kate Sith. So we got his next weapon, which I think is his ultimate. I'm pretty sure this is Kate Sith's ultimate. Yeah, 95 with 110%, with no materia growth, and then with the Starlight Phone, which we picked up. So the Battle Trumpet is pretty much worthless now because it's the same with no materia growth. So you may as well upgrade to the HP Shout. And from here, I think we're still able to go up. Midgar model has already been complete. You can't head out on 66, sadly. And this doesn't work either. They've cleaned up the blood, as you can see, though. But they haven't cleaned up the blood here. So you can see that Hojo's lab has just... They've kept this one intact. Hojo has not bothered to clean up. Which is kind of strange for me personally, because you can see that Rufus and the gang, they were all hanging out in that top section. Where this is where this goes. So there's part of me that feels like it's a little bit of an oversight. I feel that they would have cleaned it up, but there isn't any blood here, which means that they've intentionally left 69 and 68 all gross and bloody. Strikes me as odd. But I guess because this is an optional area, they don't really expect you to come back and pick it apart, you know what I mean? You can do 63, but I'm pretty sure because we've already done it, there's a new item here instead, which is the Glow Lance. So we have another new weapon for Sid, I believe. Yep. So again, coming to the Shinra building and revisiting here is very, very rewarding for you. Sorry, Grow Lance. I think it said Glow Lance when I picked it up, though. But again, you'll see that they're not necessarily incredible upgrades, but if you're being a completionist, and you want to make sure that you can get these cool items that are, again, missable, because you won't be returning to Midgar after this, there you go. Another thing that we want to be sure to do is we want to go back onto the staircase. Do you want to take the long way up again, or do you want to take the long way down? We're going to take the long way down because, yes, the Madmen did end up adding another item onto the staircase, and it's a weapon for Red 13. And if you missed the elixir here on the first visit, you can grab it here now as well. We're going to speed up this. We're going to take advantage of the wonders of modern technology. And we're going to speed up our descent into madness. There are also a couple of things like a vending machine where you can get like a couple of power sources or like just like stat boost sources, but there's another place to get those a little more a little more frequently. So we now have weapon for red, an upgrade, and it is a decent upgrade too for him to 91 for the behemoth horn. Not an ultimate weapon, but it is still a weapon indeed. And now we can make our way to the bottom and we can just leave the Shinra building alone. So some rare items for many in the group. And I remembered, in terms of us going all the way down south, there is definitively an item that we need more than anything in this world. It's a very good one that we need. That also has a very notorious glitch in Final Fantasy VII for item duplication. So we're going to go and grab the W item materia, which allows you to use 2 items instead of 1. There is also a W magic and a W summon materia as well. All very useful, especially if you pair them with Master Magic and Master Summon. You'll have double access to all summons. W Magic, Master Summon, Knights of the Round, and then someone else uses Mime, and it just keeps on going, baby. Trivialize the game, but there we go. Through the power of speed boosts, we have been able to make that journey a little bit more painless down to the bottom. And we can get out of here. But I'm going to run us all the way down south now, because I was doubting myself on whether that was the path before I saw that there's the ladder you can climb up to. Because that's going to be the big section. So let's get out of here. Cloud's gonna do his fast run here. His super fast running skills. You can be grateful for playing a version of the game that allows you to speed it up while not speeding up the music as well, because that would be very painful. I like all the subtle variations of all of the train tunnels in terms of a little bit of structural damage. Power source. So this game definitely pushes you to a point where you're really doubting if you're going to receive anything. And there's red. I smell it. The cannon's not this way. You go all this way just for a red 13 to be like, sorry, nothing. But I'm going to push a little further and get the mind source. I'm going to get the magic source. And we're going to go even further still. What's this? A save point. And the W item. So there it is. The W item will definitely be going into our inventory. I'll give it to Barrett, actually. Simply because all and full cure doesn't actually work, so that's a waste of time. W item. Dead end, and there it is. You finally reached as far as you can go, and now I'm going to go back to where we're supposed to go. Alright, we're back out here in Sector 8. Let's climb up here and proceed. But wait, what's approaching? What the hell is that? Huh! Robotic juggernaut approaches with an updated character model, so I can actually read the text on the detailing here. Yeah, here they come. Yeah, so they really showed up. The 2 cartoonish, laughable villains in their juggernaut. You sure treated us like dogs till now. You killed many of my precious soldiers. Ha ha! Then let's see how you do against anti-weapon artillery. You guys are worthless, but my proud creation is great. That's right, the greatest boss we've ever faced with the most unique name, the Proud Clod. I'll show you the destructive power of the Proud Clod. Still haven't fought this boss in Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, because it's a hard mode exclusive fight, and I never got through all of them on hard mode. It was always left on the to-do list, but here it is, the Power Ranger armor coming in. It's time for us to defeat this Proud Clod and its Jamar armor. I believe it's supposed to be Jammer armor, but it's yeah, bit of an interesting translation thing. So we're going to take that out immediately. And starting with this boss, we're taking away the double HP because it starts to get pretty damn huge at this point, because this is a 60,000 HP boss on its own. So 120,000 would really sit us here for quite some time, especially as the Jammer armor would also get 40k. So we're going to leave that alone. Any moves that we can do that will target both of them together is the move. Might give us a bit of a speed boost on these summon animations, because they do be taking some time. Especially Bahamut Zero, it's quite a long summoning animation, that one. See how long this goes for. This is on 12 times speed right now. Upping the speed for Bahamut Zero specifically. And it almost doesn't even seem sped up, to be honest, especially not 12 times faster. I'm like, yeah, this is appropriate, actually. This is a good speed. That feels good. That feels like a speedy and precise orbital bombardment. Alright, we should be taking out that Jammer armor. I find the design of this boss very interesting, that it has, like, it doesn't have 4 arms, but it has, like, it does, but it's got 2 shoulders and then the arms split at the elbow joint. Such an interesting way of doing 2 arms, especially as you don't really see them get utilized much. Yeah, I'm not aware of how it operates in Remake as that little fight. I'm definitely curious. Have to eventually get around to my hard mode exclusive fights in Remake and Intergrade. The good news is for Rebirth is the hard mode fights don't require you to play hard mode to get to it. They just automatically set at hard difficulty, which I appreciate so much more. I do love the design of Proud Clod though. Just do the other Bahamut. Let's get some Neo Bahamut in here too. Also an appropriate one to do 12 times speed for. Okay. Cloud's 2 times cut is just way too efficient. You can witness, if you'd like, while this happens, the W item glitch in action. So you select Mega Elixir, you apply it, and then you just start cancelling. And then for the second item. So now you can see, look, the Mega Elixirs, they just tick on up. So item duplication glitch in Final Fantasy VII is probably one of the easiest item duplication glitches I've ever had to perform. It's great how that works. It's just like you use one, and then when you cancel, it puts it back. So it's in the code where if you just keep canceling, it'll keep putting the item back for you. And I love that, because Mega Elixirs are obviously quite rare in general. So I like that they've included that. I like that they included that glitch for us. Definitely comes in handy. Proudclod is backing away. Oh, it's down because it's got a big old cannon. This doesn't feel like very efficient design, does it? But obviously, this big mounted back cannon is not actually meant for targets on the ground. It's got to adapt. It's an anti-weapon artillery, so it's supposed to be shooting up at creatures. This is a good double limit break. We'll do the Galleon Beast. We'll do Meteor Rain. But you can see that it can go down on not all fours, because it's got 4 arms and 2 legs, so all 6s, to aim its beam cannon at the ground. Meteor Rain definitely being our best limit break to use for maximum damage output. Vincent gets a stronger normal attack now too. Proudclod will be going down within mere moments. This is also a great fight for Barret, sticking it to Shinra, and also Vincent as well, being able to get back at more people in Shinra that wronged him. And Ultima finishing the job, potentially? Oh no, one final attack. One final attack. Leave it to Vincent. Vincent will finish the job. Let's see if he does Berserk Dance or the Beast Flare. Yeah, he's doing the flare. Let's go. Finish it. Nice. No funny looking boss defeat animation for this one. I love that the music in this one is the Shinra theme too, instead of like typical boss fight theme. Very unique. We have a new steel materia. That was a lot of AP that we just received. A nice cheeky 2500. And Ragnarok. Very good. Surprised that it wasn't an updated battle model, but an updated field model only. No way! This is the Proudclod! Now it's the Proud shit. Whoa! With that, Heidegger and Scarlet have finally met their demise. And we just move on without saying a word. And one of my favorite little additions here is the rain, which is very cool. This is one of the very rare instances here of seeing weather effects coming in our pre-rendered backgrounds, which is amazing to see. We've got a new blade for Cloud. We have the Ragnarok, which links all of our materia slots and gives us a little more damage. So now we can go back to having linked materia if we so wish. Very good. Let's push through the rain. Now, you'll recognize this area as well, because this is Sector 8, where Cloud makes his escape at the very beginning of the game. So this is actually a location we've been to. Cloud comes down this alleyway and gets confronted by the Shinra soldiers, and he ends up here, and then he jumps down off of this onto the train. This is that exact same spot in Sector 8, so it's a cool little revisit here, but obviously the trains are no longer in service. It's just the construction of the sister ray has taken precedent. But it is really cool that we get to see a new angle on this same area, going back through this location. You'll remember all of this as well, which was also suffering from the damage. And this is where we will now climb. This is the access point for the Sister Ray. So that basically is as much of Midgard that we get to see and revisit. Little nostalgic return. We've got the Gross Panzer Big here as well. Big old tank. And you also take out the smaller targets. I actually totally forgot about enemies like this. This will be really interesting to see them if they're going to be like roaming the streets of Midgard when we return. Because Sector 8, what we got to explore of that in Remake, I could see these roaming the streets, which would be really fun actually. Proud Clod's going to be a very good fight. Damn, okay. We're getting weapon upgrades left, right, and center as well. Getting the Ragnarok and getting multiple ones for Barrett, and we're about to get another one for Barrett as well. So something that's really useful about this save point in particular will be the opportunity to make sure that you get Barrett's ultimate weapon. Which is why multiple saves is always a good idea. If you don't have Barrett and you accidentally miss it, this is what you'll want to be doing. This way, Cloud! My accent is so inconsistent. I can't do it very good. Fucking strong too. Why is this thing like stronger than Proud Clod by a lot? Does that just speak volumes for just how bad the craftsmanship of Scarlet is specifically in the weapons division? Because holy shit, this thing does like 1 to 2k damage per shot. Way more intimidating than Proud Clod. Like I said, we're going up here for Barrett's ultimate weapon, but we will be reaching character swap opportunity here. This is why I love doing the PHS anywhere, and here it is, right here. Hey, this is receive the missing score. This is great. Hold on, Hojo. And that is specifically why it doesn't appear if you don't have Barrett in your party, is because there's dialogue associated with it, which is really fucking weird. Just realized he didn't have an accessory that whole time. Love it. So now we have missing score. Now, as you can see, it's not the end of the world if you miss this weapon, because it mainly increases the attack percentage and it's no materia growth. So Max Ray is a perfectly suitable alternative if you do miss out. However, sorry Barrett, we are kicking you out of the party now, because as much as he wants to give it to Hojo, I just much prefer it being two characters that have been personally wronged by Hojo the most. Also, this gets to be fun because we haven't actually had Red 13 in the party for quite some time. So I'm very happy to have him back. Welcome back, Red 13! He can upgrade straight to the Ninostyle armor that we just picked up, and he's got the Tough Ring for Vitality and Spirit, and I'm going to give the other Tough Ring that we stole from Reno to Vincent, and then I think we'll just keep on Ribbon for Cloud. Very good stuff. And Barrett can just give over everything he has exactly as it is. Seems like a good idea to me. And that's our group. Time to take on Hojo. This is incredible stuff. This set piece and this dramatic event is going to be one of my favorite elements of Part 3 for sure. Hojo, stop right there. Oh, the failure. Please remember my name. It's Cloud. Every time I see you, it pains me that I had so little scientific sense. I saw you as a failed project, but you're the only one that succeeded as a Sephiroth clone. I'm even beginning to hate myself. None of that matters. Just stop this nonsense. Nonsense? Oh, this? Sephiroth seems to be counting on the energy, so I'm going to lend him a hand. Why? Why do that? Quit asking me why, you moron. Actually, might make a good scientist. Energy level is at 83%. It's taking too long. My son needs power and help. That's the only reason. And there's the other second part of the puzzle. Locked right into place. It's so incredible that you end up having Hojo and Lucrezia birth Sephiroth with the Genova cells, and then you've got Professor Gast and Ilfalna with Aerith. And it's like these two scientists that go in completely different directions, and it's this very poetic, like these scientific rivals then ending up having offspring that are like destined enemies. You know, the last ancient and Genova's favorite son, you know. That's the only reason. Your son. But he doesn't know it. What will Sephiroth think when he finds out I'm his father? He always looks down on me. Sephiroth is your son? And then we get Vincent's lovely little... Ugh, because he's a secret character. Say more, Vincent. I love Red 13 getting up and crossing his arms. I offered the woman with my child to Professor Gast's Genova project. When Sephiroth was still in her womb, we took Genova's cells. Ha ha! You! I can't believe you're the one who did this. Illusionary crime against Sephiroth. No, you're wrong. It's my desire as a scientist. Oh, I really wish that these goddamn developers gave Vincent more to say, because this is so integral to his whole storyline. As we got to see, and I showcased at, I think, a good time, you get to find out about Vincent's past through Lucrezia and Sephiroth's real mother, and then we also poetically get this scene with Sephiroth's real father, and Vincent could have some more to say about it, considering his whole putting himself in a self-imposed hibernation to atone for his sins. And there we go. This little bit of dialogue that we get outside of exclamation mark you and just some dots was, I was wrong. The one that should have slept was you, Hojo. And that's why we bring Vincent to this arrangement. It would be nice if Red 13 said some things. I was defeated by my drive to become a scientist. I lost the last time, too. I've injected Genova's cells into my own body. Here are the results. That's right, Hojo putting Genova cells into his own body. Wahaha! And this is why we bring Vincent. For that one line, the one who should have slept was you. So good. He summons a bunch of alien creatures out of capsules. His model looks so good. Actually, I really like that battle model. That's great. Let's put his aliens to sleep. A bad rap sample and the Poodler sample. We will continue to have those aliens summoned. I think the monsters just end up getting stronger and stronger as well the more that he summons them, so you really do just want to focus on Hojo. Get him off the board. Oh, now let's see how the Marco juice is reacting. How's that Marco juice reacting, you say? Ooh, that is something, Hojo. Look at that. Heletic Hojo. That is a Genova level transformation. Just look at that face of his too. Like, get a good look at that design. This is going to be an insane multi-phase boss fight in the remake to see Hojo getting very Genova with it. It's just monstrous. There are also multiple pieces here. He's got a right arm and a left arm to take out too. Do what we can to just attack all of them collectively. One arm down. Oh, one arm regenerated. One arm down. Summoning spam. Take Hades. Casting sleep. Gotta break this other arm that he's using as support. There it is, and I love this. This is really great. Is like there is an actual animation for this exact thing. Like, look at how fucking cool that is. That was such a cool animation. And then look at this. Lifeform Hojo NA. Like, this always creeped me the hell out. Like, what even is this? As to what Hojo transforms into. It went from a Genova beast to like, huh? What is that? It's crazy. I love it. Just engaged in some fisticuffs there. what I love about Hojo's boss fight the most is just that fact that all three phases are so wildly different visually. I really don't know how they're going to handle just fighting against human Hojo first. In a turn-based setting, you're like, yeah, this makes sense. But outside of that, you're like, what is going on? Cloud gets 2 counters in that combo attack, which is great. Now he is done! But yeah, like, I can imagine that he might use the capsules to summon aliens. You'll like fight him for a bit, and maybe then he'll transform. I just don't know if you'll like wail on him with your sword for ages, because it would just be strange. It'll be interesting to see how Hojo fights. He might just go straight into transformation. We'll see. Regardless, Hojo has been defeated. This physical form of his annihilated. And I say physical form for a very, very specific reason. Want to know what I mean by that? Go play Dirge of Cerberus, baby. Hojo, rest in peace. The father of Sephiroth is pretty big. Vincent's got a lot to think about with Lucrezia. Shinra's finished. That's it. The only one left is Reeve in an undisclosed location. Don't know where he is, but Scarlet and Heidegger eliminated. Palmer MIA, because this is actually something to think about, is Palmer is still alive, because the last we hear of Palmer, he is launching the rocket at the meteor, and he's like, oh, sorry, a launch. That's it. That's the last we hear of Palmer here, which is really interesting. I don't think they'll do that this way in Remake Part 3. I reckon we'll have another Palmer boss fight, and maybe he'll meet a more definitive end. Rufus is dead, unless you watch Advent Children. The Turks are fine, just no longer employed for now. But yeah, Shinra building decimated in Diamond Weapons attack. The Sister Ray was the final thing that they could utilize. We foiled Hojo's plans to give Sephiroth more energy, and Hojo has been also killed. Shinra's finished. Meteor's going to fall in about 7 more days. That's what Grandfather said. 7. It's a good number. Red 13. You want to see everyone in Cosmo Canyon again? Yes. You want to see Marlene, right? Don't ask me that. We'll beat Sephiroth. Then, if we don't release the power of Holy in 7 days, there won't be a planet left to protect. If we can't beat Sephiroth, it's as good as death for us. We'll just go a few days sooner than the rest who will die from Meteor. Don't think you're gonna lose before you even fight. No. What I meant was, what are we all fighting for? I want us to all understand that. Save the planet. For the future of the planet. Sure, that's all fine. But really, is that how it is? For me, this is a personal feud. I want to beat Sephiroth and settle my past. Saving the planet just happens to be a part of that. I've been thinking. I think we are all fighting for ourselves. For ourselves and that someone, something, whatever it is that's important to us. That's what we're fighting for. That's why we keep up this battle for the planet. You're right. It sounds cool saying it's to save the planet, but I was the one who blew up that Marco reactor. Looking back on it now, I can see that wasn't the right way to do things. I made a lot of friends and innocent bystanders suffer. At first, it was revenge against Shinra for attacking my town, but now, yeah, I'm fighting for Marlene. For Marlene. For Marlene's future. Yeah, I guess I want to save the planet for Marlene's sake. Go and see her. Make sure you're right and come back. All of you, get off the ship and find out your reasons for yourselves. I want you to make sure, and then I want you to come back. Maybe ain't none of us will come back. Meteor's gonna kill us all anyway. Let's just forget any useless struggling. I know why I'm fighting. I'm fighting to save the planet, and that's that. But besides that, there's something personal too. A very personal memory that I have. What about you all? I want all of you to find that something within yourselves. If you don't find it, then that's okay too. You can't fight without a reason, right? So, I won't hold it against you if you don't come back. I'll just tell you that that is one of the single most greatest character moments for Cloud ever, and I love that this does come about in the moment where it obviously is. It is the real, true, one and only Cloud Strife. There's no Zack in here. There's no memory shit. This is Cloud being a fucking leader. And it's so incredible. I love the speech that he gives to everyone here because it's so insightful and it's very inspiring. I love that he has that attitude of, I want everyone to take this moment before we fight Sephiroth to figure out what you're fighting for and to hold on to that reason. Because you can't fight without a reason, and you need your resolve to be strong before we go up against this goddamn Sephiroth. And I think that's really amazing. I think it really is beautiful, and the way that he affects Barrett in that scene as well, and what he has to say and talk about in regards to his previous actions of extreme terrorism affecting so many innocent lives. It's a really nice way for him to reconcile with that and be like, I actually regret those choices and maybe should have done stuff differently. This is going to be a very powerful scene in part 3 of the remake, of course. And Tifa stays behind. What are you going to do, Tifa? Did you forget? I'm all alone. I don't have anywhere to go. It's just Cloud and Tifa. They might kiss. They are the true romance of Final Fantasy VII. After all, despite however everyone else may feel, this is the undisputed scene that really cements that one in the ground, as it always should be. Cloud and Tifa are the childhood friends who really help each other out through so many different things, and it's a really beautiful and complex long-time relationship between the two of these people that I really adore. I love that Cloud helps Tifa in lifting the fog of her childhood and helps her sort of realize what was going on back then that she doesn't remember. And I love that Tifa helps Cloud to do the same for his later teenage years and helps to reform who he really is and find the real Cloud. They both help each other in such big ways, and I cannot wait to see how this relationship dynamic will be explored in part 3 with how they decide to go about it. I just know it's going to make me cry. That's for sure. This scene is a beautiful scene. Everyone's gone. Yeah, we don't have anywhere or anyone to go home to. You're right. But I'm sure someday they'll come back, don't you think? I wonder. Everyone has something irreplaceable that they're holding on to. But this time, our opponent. That's alright, if no one comes back. As long as we're together, with you by my side, I'll never give up, no matter how bad it gets. Tifa. No matter how close we are now, we were far apart before. But when we were in the live stream, surrounded by all those screams of anguish, I thought I heard your voice. You probably don't remember this, but deep in my heart, I heard you calling my name. Or at least I thought I did. Yeah, I heard you calling me. You were calling me back from the consciousness of the live stream. After all, I promised that if anything ever happened to you, I'd come to help. Cloud, do you think the stars can hear us? Do you think they see how hard we're fighting for them? I don't know, but whether they can or not, we still have to do what we can and believe in ourselves. Someday we'll find the answer, right, Tifa? That's what I learned from you when I was in the live stream. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Tifa, there were so many things I wanted to say to you. But now that we're together like this, I don't know what to say. I guess nothing's changed at all. Funny, isn't it? Cloud, words aren't the only thing that tell people what you're thinking. Oh, they're just so sweet. Oh, they're just so sweet. Gosh. I love it so much. Words aren't the only way to tell someone how you're feeling. There's also holding hands and nothing else. Certainly nothing else. This is a general audience's E for everyone game. Just two adults romantically involved in a confusing way for themselves, holding hands. I love it. I really like the fact that they can emotionally impact you with just, no voice acting, just beautiful writing and amazing character development. I really, really love it. These two lost souls with nowhere to go, no one else to go back to but each other. And I think it's really lovely that you'll have these sequences where, like, the characters are going to go back to their respective locations. Sid's going to go back to Rocket Town. Yuffie's going to go back to Wutai. Vincent, he's going to go have a nap. Red's going back to Cosmo Canyon. Barrett's going to go find Marlene and Elmira. Kate Sith shuts himself down in the Highwind because he's not going to literally take himself home. Reeves just going to log off and go, what do I do now in the ruins of the Shinra building? It is as funny that Kate Sith's probably just still on the Highwind. And it's almost dawn. I actually think that in the remake, we might even see all of the characters and where they go and what they do. We might get that as additional scenes. That would be really nice. But I could also see them not doing it too. We'll just have to see. Give us some more Marlene content. I think Barrett and Marlene are severely underutilized in the later part of the story because Marlene just straight up disappears off the face of the earth. So an opportunity to actually see that would be really nice. See how we go. It's almost dawn. Huh? Sorry. Did I wake you? It's almost dawn, Tifa. Good morning, Cloud. Hello, by the way. Just a little longer. A little bit longer. This day will never come again, so let me have this moment. Sure. This might be the last time we'll ever be together. My sweet loves. There's our beautiful Highwind in the sky. Cloud, get that sword off your back. That doesn't look like a comfortable sitting position. He's using the Buster Sword as a seat. Can you see how he's balancing with the thing? Genius. Resting those legs. We'd better go. But I still... It'll be alright, Tifa. You said so yourself yesterday. At least we don't have to go on alone. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go. And then the rest of the game is just Cloud and Tifa. And that's it. You go to fight Sephiroth with just the two of you. This airship is too big for just the two of us. Yeah, it's a little lonely without everyone. Don't worry, it'll be okay. I'll make a big enough ruckus for everyone. Besides, I'm the pilot. No more flying around casually like before. We won't have time to feel lonely. Huh? It's moving. There you go. There's your deactivated Kate Sith in the corner. Bro just went, sure, I'll leave and see if I come back. Log off. Barrett! Sid! Oh, is that okay with you? Red 13! Why didn't you tell me? But, you know, Sid. Hey, Red 13, if you butt in now, you'll never know what they'll say later. Were you watching? Hey! What do you reckon? Were you watching the intimate moment that took place underneath the Highwind? You perverts! Tifa's like, no! Vincent! I too was also watching, but from the ground, and up close when you were asleep. Why such a puzzled look? Don't you want me to come? No, it's just that you're always so cool to what is happening, I thought you didn't care. Cool? I guess that's just how I am. Sorry. Well, looky here, the Shinra manager's come back. Excuse me, but I wanted to come with the main group, but I couldn't get away. So some people in Midgar took me in. I know I have a stuffed animal body, but I'll work really hard. I guess that's everyone. Yeah, that's everyone. No ninjas this time. No, Yuffie's missing. She ain't gonna show up. At least this time she didn't steal our materia. Thank God for that. How could you say that? After I came this far with you, even with my air sickness. I didn't go through all that just to have you guys have the best parts all to yourselves. Welcome back, Yuffie. Gee, Cloud, that's so nice of you to say that. You sick or something? Well, whatever. I'm going to be in my reserve seat in the hall waiting. Everyone is here. Thanks, everyone. We didn't come back for your spiky-headed ass. I came back for Marlene. Guess it's just my feelings or something. I ain't got no words now. And then Aerith's theme comes in because she can't return to the Highwind. Although she's not here, she left us a window of opportunity. We can't let it go like this. Aerith. She was smiling to the end. We can't just let it end with that smile. We have to do something. Let's all go together. Memories of Aerith. Although she should have returned to the planet by now, something stopped her and now she's stuck. We've got to let go of Aerith's memory. Has anyone here changed their mind? I'm counting on you, Sid. Yeah. These two levers have been bugging me for a while. Let me try them out. Alright, so what should I do? You decide, Cloud. This is our last battle. Our target is the North Cave. Our enemy is Sephiroth. So let's move out. This is great, because Sid goes, what do these two levers do? And then it's literally just like, activate super jet engines! Get the hell out of here with this propeller bullshit. We activate in boost mode. We have unlocked faster Highwind. We're almost to the North Cave. We're on our way, Sephiroth. Man, I'm gonna stick it to him. What is it, Sid? Some incredible force. Losing control. Get the hell out of here, flunkies. Didn't I tell you all to go home? Yes, sir, but this is our home. Oh, man, stop trying to act so cool. All right, you jokers. Hold me down with everything you've got. Geronimo! Some incredible force. And we have just reached the end of part 2. That is substantial in terms of content there. Incredible stuff. Save the game to this point on your computer. Yes. End of disc 2. So now essentially disc 3 becomes the Northern Cave and anything else that you want to do around the world. And there are plenty of things for us to be doing. So while we do have 7 days, we can now spend that time putting our ducks in a row, making sure that we have ticked off some final things. We have some locations to discover, some additional rare items, materia, equipment to obtain, some chocobos to catch, some weapons to pursue. There are other things for us to make sure that we have completed before we go to the Northern Cave and fight Sephiroth. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Final Fantasy VII, one of my favorite and most pivotal moments from the whole entire game. I love the Highwinds sequence here of sending everyone away before they come back again. So we now have like 6 days remaining on the clock before Meteor's gonna hit, and that's plenty of time to do some things before we go to the Northern Cave. So thank you so very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and are enjoying the playthrough so far, and will see it through to the end with me. I will see you next time.